Well, alright. Didn't want to interrupt that beautiful Dorado music. I generally don't get to hear the music, so that's pretty nice for us as well. Man, it's been a while since I've heard music. I usually have it off, so it's pretty great. I brought it on for everyone to enjoy today, and I forgot how much I love the Dorado music. So, right now, on the defense, it is going to be this Misfits team starting out. Nothing too out of the ordinary. No Symmetras on defense, which breaks my little heart, but it is going to be Crew on the Reaper. Soon we'll be playing the McCree. They're going to run a third DPS in Nevix on the Genji. Double support in Skipjack on a Mercy. I guess that is definitely a little bit out of the ordinary, but something teams have been wanting to try since Mercy got a little bit of buff in the new meta, so you definitely want to be running Mercies nowadays a little bit more than you used to, but no Zen on this composition as Zebo will play the second support on that Lucio. Rib is going to have his hands full on that single tank as he tries to keep everyone safe behind the shield and the Reinhardt. So an interesting 3-2-1 composition coming up for the defense of Misfits. Now, offensively, it looks like they are going to be running a standard 2-2-2. The 2 DPS will be Logix and Swoosh on McCree and Genji. The tanks will be Zhao and Blizb on the Zarya and Reinhardt, supported by Ayuki on Zenyatta and Musashi on Lucio. This team is very hard to pronounce across the board. Across the board, a hard pronunciation team. But we'll see how it wants to start out here. We're going to try to keep eyes on Swoosh as he starts off on his offensive Genji. Trying to get some poke in here, trying to get some eyes on team. He comes back to get the orb, and he's just looking for that slow poke. That poke's going to be so important, especially when you're running against a single tank team like this. Now, they're going to be guarding the stairs, which is pretty nice from Crew, but still giving up that poke that maybe he didn't necessarily want to give up as the rest of the team rotates in. A nice jump dodge over the tank, over that dive as Swoosh continues to try to get work done. There's 2 early deaths, but Blizz and Logix to take down a couple soon does end out Swoosh's life. As we look, Soon with the enormous cleanup takes down both tanks, ends that stair push. That's going to be a really nice chase towards the end as well. And you do a play like that, you get eyes on you. Let's see what Soon has going for next. Apparently, we should have been watching him the entire time with the nice cleanup. They did get some nice poking trying to take down the shields, but eventually you take down a Reinhardt shields, he's going to come at you. It's exactly what he did. The rest of his team collapsed as well. So Soon just looking to get the poke onto the opposing Reinhardt shield, kind of the same shield battle we've seen on Dorado since the beginning of time. Nice headshot there as he continues to get some work done. Maybe Logix on the other side should be interesting, but also Crew is setting up top, or was, rather. Now he's going to be in the back line trying to get his damage in. A giant Earth Shatter comes up and Swoosh takes him down. Does Skipjack stay alive in this? It's going to be so important as it always is for Mercy. Only one down, very patient on this. Never mind, rest of the team cleaning up as Nevix busted out that blade. Now he is on the chase, saving the resurrection, no need. Nice staggered ultimates there. Zebo did drop his sound barrier, kept everyone safe enough that they didn't have to die. That was allowing Skipjack to keep his ultimate up and available. Now on the other side, there are going to be some ultimates up offensively while this High Noon is up, and that's interesting. I think we're really going to have to wait for the tank ultimate to be the next one. They might actually go in maybe with this Zarya trying to get some damage in, but they could go in early with a Transcend or a Sound Barrier, hoping that Zarya gets it halfway through the fight, but Crew taking down Swoosh is going to really stall them out. He's going to be trying to look for a drop down next as well. They know he's been lurking up here the entire time, so they should be very weary of a Death Blossom coming in. It is going to be on Zarya for the next initiation, though, as they try to get this rotation. It's always on Zarya for the next initiation. Soon did take down Ayuki in the back line. They know where this is coming from. They are now trapped in a very, very tough spot. This High Noon could come down in the backside here as the blue team continues to clean up. That is the Misfits, and look at this backside flank from Soon. He has been the tank killer today, and that's generally Crew's job. Crew just went down there and scared them, as a Reaper is wont to do. Pushed them all into the back and then just got collapsed on. They need to make a little bit of faster rotations, faster decisions on this EndPoint team if they don't want to get collapsed on. The last 2 pushes have been seemingly slow. They tried to get in stairs, it didn't work. They tried to get another side, did not necessarily work. And these pushes had just been kind of late. Here comes that Graviton though. Soon does get one. How is the cleanup going to be on the tanks this time? He is not even fanning that hammer. He does not need to, although it is a little too late. The resurrection, of course, comes in. Where is Crew on his Death Blossom in the backline, taken out by Swoosh. Swoosh does have to put the sword away, but he is not done yet, waiting for his other number. Finally, the push comes in with some nice coordination. They did not wait on that. They just busted right down the front door. It looks like they are going to want to fight here as Rib is postured around this door. That is a bit of a mistake. He does not get on the point on time. I believe they contested. Did they contest? Yeah, they got it. Door is opening. So that is a late kill going on to Crew as well. So they're going to have to give up a lot of this positioning here as they ended up bleeding out a couple kills. They cannot hold up there. Nevix in a little bit of trouble though. Luckily, he's got Mercy with him, so it's Mercy versus the Genji or the Zenyatta orb. Going to keep him much more alive than the Zenyatta orb will do. So now they're holding up on this top down. Can Rib hold up steadily? That is the point where they decide not to hold steadily. They use a sound barrier getting into those back lines. Crew and Soon do get a couple kills early on. You have to get those kills if you're going to sound barrier initiate an ambitious charge from Rib there as he comes in, tries to clean up a couple more, but they are now brutalizing them in the back line here. Rib is in there. Nevix was in there poking around as well. They're going to back up, but Nevix has his Dragon Blade. We'll see if they try to rotate all the way up the backside. That is exactly where Rib is going on his power charge right there. See what Nevix can get down, but really, they're going to come up top again, try to get down to the bottom, and there's really very little contention for this high ground. It is Swoosh and Swoosh alone, but that's not enough to really make them jump down if they don't want to. So they're going to try to pressure just on the low ground. Blizz did just use his Earth Shatter and must have missed most of it. Did not catch the first part of that fight, but the sound barrier comes down a little late in this engagement. Swoosh now also going nuts as he has this sound barrier. He's going to try to use it to take down his opposing number, but Soon, yet again, on the Cowboy cleanup, has been an unstoppable force. They're going to rotate back around up top. That's where you want to be holding. That's why Rib is up here. That's why everyone is up here. They have not had an answer to get onto the high ground. Now, Tao might have it coming up here. He's going to have his Graviton here shortly. If I can find the right button for him. That is not it. We're almost there. That's Tao. So the Graviton can pull you off and pull you down. Soon does take out his opposing number with a high noon during this engagement, though. It looks like they'd be better off holding everything as Crew cleaning up inside the church. Is Reaper allowed in church? I don't think he is. So pretty rough start there. Crew is going to try to end this game right now as he gets in the back lines. He's going to Death Blossom. A little ambitious, but only 5 seconds on that cart. They're going to come in with the tank push as well. So maybe a mistake that ends up hurting them if they do not get to the cart. Do they have anyone near the carts? They are trying to stall it out. We've got people sitting. We've got people everywhere. That is round one of Dorado, and Misfits looking very good. Looking like they were going to hold that first part of it, but were able to get bullied through with a nice push from EndPoint, as EndPoint did finally coordinate and didn't wait on their push, coordinated all the ults that they needed to get, and some nice Genji play out of them as well. But a very beatable distance on Dorado for this Misfits team. We'll see what they choose to run, and it was kind of an interesting defense. They wanted to run that solo tank. It did not end up hurting them. I feel that they probably feel they can just outgun them. That's why they ran that triple DPS there with no problem. And then the Mercy Resurrection. If you're not going to kill a Mercy, she's going to just get that insane value out of it, and they did get a really nice Resurrection in that one time. It does look here like EndPoint's going to run something kind of similar-ish. They are going to run a Mercy on defense. I suppose that is where the similarities start and end. Musashi will play a Lucio as well. Logix and Swoosh will be the DPS. The DPS kind of in a defensive role for Swoosh, as he's going to be on Junkrat. No Genji to be seen here. Double tanks will be played by Xiao and Blizz, though. So they do have a secondary tank, the Zarya, in there. Maybe not necessarily the big shield tank you're looking for, but definitely a more diverse lineup here. 2-2-2 across the board, and the Junkrat should be fun to watch. We'll see where he wants to set up. It does look like, well, never mind. He is now on a Mei. Now they're switching up. Swoosh is going to go over to the Reaper and Logix, the late switch to the McCree. So no Junkrat, unfortunately. Let's see what this side of Misfits is going to run. Now Crew, for the moment, is on this Torb. If he stays on it, that is the ultimate sign of we just think we're better than this team, and we're going to run it anyway. The offensive Torb, not something you see every day, and with good reason. I do think they will run this offensive Tracer, which we've seen a lot of, though. And you guys know my bias here. We're going to probably run with Tracer out the door. Crew does switch last second. They do know they have to take it at least somewhat seriously, as he's going to switch to Zarya, but we're going to see what kind of backline work that soon can get done on this Tracer. Takes a lot of damage early on. He's going to have to back out. Gets the orb, at least. Does not have to burn his rewind. So now he's in a great position way far back. He does have that big pack to retreat to behind him, but yeah, Mercy dead in his sights. That is all he wants to get done. Bullies her out of position, so he's continued. Pushes her into this team, and that is the cleanup. Soon comes in, and now it gets down to it where every target's going to have Discord on him. Zhao does take down Nevix, but it is too little, too late, despite the Christmas tree charge that she has going for it. Soon, with some more cleanup, this offensive Tracer, that victory box is so quick. It is so close to them, so he's going to try to come around backside. They should know that he is not the type of player to just let them get away for free. So he tries to get them to pull back out of position. He's going to try to take it on reinforcements, actually. Eats a giant Zarya orb, so that is 103. But let's see where this fight should be taking place up top. It should be Blizz up here trying to hold, and they don't have the luxury of letting them get to midpoint. As you saw, that giant box of victory on the ground right there, right in front of Church. Or is it Bank? I don't remember. I don't go to either very often. It looks like a Church. Zhao is going to be in there, and he takes down the first kill, but that's only going to bait out the Resurrection. Nevix comes in off of the sound barrier. He has that Dragon Blade out. He is looking for more. He gets too soon with the cleanup. Ein Zhao, that might just be enough. Soon with the 3K to clean this up. Comes in late. It is only Lucio on the cart, that Graviton to pull him off of the cart, knowing that they don't have to get it much further than this yellow square of victory. Is anyone going to be out here on time? There is a giant charge from Blizz trying to get in here, but the Primal Rage comes in. That is it. That is Misfits taking Dorado in quick fashion.
Final score 2-1.
Welp, that is an interesting showing so far, but kind of, I believe, what most people would expect, making kind of short order of Dorado. Our next map will be
Play of the match.
King's Row. Say what you want about Mercy plays of the match. Say what you want about algorithms. Was it actually the play of the match? Probably. Brought a 4. Super patient on Skipjack. Gave his life for it. They did end up cleaning that up, though, so, big play. At least it's a 4 res, not a 2 res. It's taken away a 5k kill. There weren't a ton of giant DPS plays there that game, except Soon on his cleanup cruise, but I think a lot of that was pretty staggered kills that he got in there, so not that unanticipated that the Mercy ends up with the play of the game there, but yeah. Some people are getting a little tired of seeing it. Mercy meta, I don't know. I'm used to it. I remember seeing Mercy plays the game every game, so I'm used to it. Well, I guess used to it isn't the thing. I'm dead to it. Alright, so next map, as I mentioned, will be King's Row. It did not look great right there for our friends Team EndPoint on the traditional payload map. So they're gonna have to try a new strategy here, try something out a little bit to get back some ground on King's Row. I believe I'll probably have to switch teams. Did they switch sides? Sorry guys, just one of the inherent parts of running production and everything else is that you do have to switch overlays here and there.
Now entering King's Row.
All set. There you go. Those should be all red and good. Alright, so the biggest switch is that now, at the very least, EndPoint has chosen to defend first instead of defending second, so that is why we had to flip things around. We'll see what they want to bring out on the defense. They have to leave spawn before I feel comfortable calling this for Mei, although Mei has been looking pretty good lately. Much better than Ol anyway, because that Blizzard effect is a pretty good ability. And with high-level Meis, you're hitting so many icicles that you're going to have Blizzard in a large portion of fights. So they do leave spawn with this lineup. It is Ayuki on the Zenyatta. Swoosh is going to be on the Mei. Blizz will be on the Reinhardt. Musashi on Lucio. Logix will play the McCree. And Zhao on Zarya. Plenty of time for the offense to continue trolling us. I am pretty certain that Crew's not going to be on the Symmetra, which breaks my heart, breaks it right in half, but I think that Nevix will be playing Genji. Skipjack, I don't know, he used to play a lot of tank, so I'll just give them a moment here. Nevix also has kind of swapped off onto this Widow, and he has played it before. Alright, so Nevix is going to be on the offensive Reaper here. Skipjack is going to play Zenyatta soon. On McCree is going to be the fellow that we're going to keep eyes on early, as he did so much damage early on. Rib will be playing the Reinhardt. A nice wall, those segments off the team, and they are both punished for it. A clutch Mei wall out of Swoosh to start that off. They just were not expecting it. And even when you are expecting it, what are you going to do? A huge long-range Icicle takes down Sevo. Swoosh, Fireman's cap and all, puts out the fire that is this Misfits team. Looking for another wall. He's got it lined up. He's got it ready. They know when they come in, they got to all go in. They got to bust in down this wall. They cannot trickle in. They will get cut in half. Let's see if Swoosh can do it again. The late wall, it does end up missing most of the heroes there, so they do get in on this entry, but Blizz there to clean it up. Swoosh is able to get some damage in as well. Soon the only one doing anything to try to stem this tide. There goes the chase. Logix with the nice cleanup, but a lot of that was Swoosh, as he was able to slow everyone down. And what is their response to this Mei wall? They have not had one so far. They're getting trickle deaths here. This has been a brutal trickle all the way out. Now they're going to have to deal with Blizzard. I would not be surprised to see Blizzard just come right in here. Look at all the damage these icicles are doing. They're going to try to wall them off.
My ultimate is charging.
Alright, so they're just trying to get poked. This is the right option here, by the way. They're rotating through Hotel. They can still get cut off, and that's what he's looking for now, but it is a little bit more difficult to hit that wall. A nice combination yet again as they hit that giant Blizzard. That is not the view we want for this fight. We're going to get out of there. That is a nice wall off, and they're able to clean it up yet again. These solo DPSs who are in here just at the end have not been able to get enough damage done. Not when you have Swoosh running around. Swoosh does take down Nevix, even though Nevix got a couple kills. Crew is trying to come back in as a lot of the defense died there, so they're not able to keep pressure on the point. Now defense has to back up. Is there anyone who's going to be able to come in here and do anything? I don't believe so. Nevix might be trying to get into a interesting spot on the defense. Never mind. So they do try to come in here and pressure at the very least. Point is not taken yet. Blizz is on the point, but here comes a return Graviton. That is too late. That's enough. Bye-bye. That should be point for Misfits. It is.
My ultimate is charging.
Alright, too many fan comments in chat. I will put it down. I will sweat my heart out for you guys because you deserve it. So, fan is off. I'm going to start sweating and being uncomfortable, but, you know, sacrifices must be made. They are going to push pretty far forward. Crew, of course, on the very free Zarya chip damage, and that's exactly what you can do with Zarya. We're going to keep eyes on Blizz because he has been pretty aggressive on his Reinhardt lately, and he has that Earth Shatter ready. Can they get it going? Nevix might be somewhere that I don't see him. I believe Nevix is somewhere. We don't see him right now. Yep, he's going to be looking for that drop down. It does appear that they had a disconnection, which is brutal. That's tough for them. Nothing we can do. This is the obligatory Blizzard, please. Pause button, please. Nevix just waiting for this. Blizzard does come in. He jumps down right into it, trying to protect his team from any of the cleanup that was going to come from that Blizzard. He does not. They get absolutely smoked in that fight. Now, Rib out in no man's land. not great. He's going to get cleaned up too, so keep eyes back on Blizz, who did not even have to use his Earth Shatter. So he is going to be ready in the next fight for his Earth Shatter. So far, this team looks much better than they did on Dorado. Obviously, much more comfortable on Kings. An interesting strategy here. Their Mei play has been phenomenal. That has been played by Swoosh, so you cannot restart. They did have a DC, but I've not seen it come through just yet, actually. There's some nice congestion there as it keeps everyone alive, but Crew eventually with the cleanup takes down all of the players that you need to. Nice on Crew there. Ayuki is going to be going down towards the end. They said they had a DC. I don't know exactly who that is. Is there anyone who hasn't moved on this team in a while? Maybe they DC'd and came back, but everyone on the team is alive and moving at the very least, so there's nothing you can do about it. There's absolutely nothing me or anyone can do about DC. Is not when you've been playing in a game that long already. No way to recreate the conditions. We've been keeping eyes on Blizz here for a while. Is this the time that he finally gets his Earth Shatter down? They are just going to retreat. They're going to make that sound barrier all for naught. No one has the barrier down on them anymore, so a nice pullback from Misfits. That is how you want to bait out sound barriers. Crew early on does get a kill. The sound barrier comes out from one side, but Transcendence comes out for Misfits, going to keep everyone nice and healthy. Transcend does fade from both sides, and now they're back in the brawl. The Graviton, though, comes in late. Is there any cleanup? Not enough just now as the brawl continues to go. A discorded Zarya trying to take down the Skipjack that discorded her as that shield does come down. Skipjack and Soon combine to get the kills. Rib on that with the cleanup as well, so they've got the advantage going here towards the end. 2.5 minutes left to finish out this map. Let's get eyes on Nevix as, yep, that's exactly where you expect a Reaper to be, especially a Reaper in a bird skin as well, flying like a dove above. Gonna try to get the giant drop down, but gonna wait for the moment. Most of the team's on the left side, so he might not be down for... Yeah, just trying to get the Lucio pick there, but he comes in with the sound barrier. Another interesting Death Blossom. He gets discorded right away. Does do some damage to soften everyone up, but that is not enough for the defense actually to re-establish themselves. Logic is going to come back here in Desperation Point just on the stall out, but they do close out this map with 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
Complete.
You'll never take me alive, Twitch chat, that I promise you. So, this EndPoint team looked a lot better there than they did on Dorado, that is for certain. So, it's pretty nice. The Mei play was really cool. They got a lot of value from Swoosh's Mei, so good work going on there. Towards the end, though, a lot of it was just Crew carrying on his Zarya. Zarya, such a powerful hero. He nailed those Gravitons when they had to, and granted, sometimes that the follow-up wasn't there, but it's enough to hold him in place and get everyone in position for the follow-up at the very least. You saw that in the penultimate Graviton as they came around the bend. Now, the Graviton before that, he just won by himself in that Graviton. That's absolutely all he did with that. So, let us see what the defense wants to run out with. I will personally be thrilled if we see Swoosh on his defensive Genji, but I don't think it's going to happen, or his offensive Genji, rather. My apologies. After months, I'm still learning the colors, as it were. So, the offensive Genji would not be that interesting. Now, no Mei from this side of Misfits, unfortunately, for all of our Mei fans out there. And you are a plenty, I am certain. So it is going to be just Zebo on the Lucio. Rib will play the Reinhardt. Skipjack on Zenyatta. Nevix will play Reaper. Soon on the defensive McCree. Crew on the defensive Zarya. 2-2-2, pretty standard, really. Coming out here offensively, they could be running this. We'll see, because that is the triple tank. Well, it'd be triple tank, double support, depending on what Swoosh wants to do, but they are in position to run an Ana on this offense, and a lot of teams simply do not like playing against this, so it should be kind of easy, but it looks like they are going to run it. This triple tank is coming out, and it's going to be on Musashi on the offensive Ana. They're only running 2 supports, so Ana's going to have to carry, but maybe Swoosh can help with the sniping duties as he is on that Genji. A cool looking comp out of EndPoint. Now, what results are they going to get out of it? So kind of the poke game right now, which is what you want to do a little bit if you're running this Ana and Hanzo, and you're trying to get hooks too. Logix does miss his first hook, unfortunately. My apologies, we should be in this view as well. Oh, I go to it, that is the caster curse, goes down immediately. Let's see if Swoosh can do anything on his Genji as well. So he gets in here, trying to get some damage done, but Musashi did die early. Any pick is going to be much better for the offense than the defense. That is the nature of Overwatch. That is the nature of Kings. He is still looking for it. I love this wall climb onto the statue, trying to get that in. The shield does come out to block it at the end. Spots a big flank on the left side. Nevix does take down Logix. That is 2 deaths, but Swoosh does clean it up. He gets 2 in return, so that is a nice trying to equalize situation from Swoosh. Wow, his Hanzo has been sick. Times that one too. That is 4 kills from Swoosh. He put this team on his ninja back as they go. That is 4 kills for them. He spots something out over here. He tries to get the pick off on it. No dice there, but what more dice do you need? Another Dragon Insane comes down. The Transcendence is too late to save Crew's life as he tries to reinforce. There comes the Nana boost. High Noon is in the back lines, but it is going to be negated by the shield. Here comes a giant Death Blossom over the top though as Nevix tries to equalize this. Sound Barrier comes in, keeps the 4 alive, very, very alive, and Rib has had enough of Swoosh's bow and arrow. Whew. Swoosh trying to be the standout on this EndPoint team. His Mei on defense was insane. That offensive Hanzo really brought the fight back into winnable conditions for them. They're going to have the unstoppable combination momentarily in that Zarya ultimate and Swoosh with his dragon as well. There is nothing you can do about that except Transcendence. They just saw Transcend, so they know that's unstoppable, but Crew uses his Graviton before, takes out Logic. It's going to make them think twice about fighting this. Musashi goes down to Su, who gets the cleanup again. Again, it is Swoosh cleaning it back up, who gets a kill onto Rib. Now they can go into this if they want to. It is not too bad for them. They know exactly where Nevix is. Do they get the Graviton from Zhao into Dragonblade? Soon takes down Swoosh, so all their dreams are dashed. Perhaps this Graviton still comes in, but Zhao taken down. That is going to be rough for them as they continue to bleed heroes. That's a retreat charge out of Blizz, trying to get, he's got to get in front of his Zen there, saves his Zen's life. So next push is going to be probably their last one, their last good one anyway. They still do have the ultimate combo, but unfortunately, Skipjack did get his Zenyatta back up, so he's going to be able to transcend out of this unstoppable combo. It's the only answer to it. Nevix does come in. Here comes that Graviton. Are they going to try to follow it up? Yes, but it is transcended through, and that transcend keeps most of them alive, although Rib does take down a couple. Swoosh taken down in turn from Soon. Where is Blizz? He's got an Earth Shatter up, ready to go. Is he going to try to use it in response to this Graviton? No need, as Zarya is taken down right there. It is going to be Logix looking for the picks as they move forward, but they're fine holding back. They know that they just need to grab this point, get a little bit of time. Is there anyone even trying to come in here? It does not look like it, as Zarya is raining mortars over the top. That is a late cap, but a cap nonetheless.
There is nowhere to hide.
Oh, I totally missed Swoosh from downtown. That would have been great. Man, Chad always has the best things. Alright, so now they are moving towards on the point. Blizz did not have to use his Earth Shatter there, so I imagine that we will see a Ryan Games matchup momentarily as Swish, or Blizz rather, and Rib look to kind of both get in on that. This is a charge in. A nice Earth Shatter comes down, but he is taken down as he goes for the charge. Now that's not always the most effective follow-up. The cleanup crew happening in full effect. Everyone is dead for EndPoint. I remain to see a charge that looks like the right decision off of an Earth Shatter. Earth Shatter and then put your shield back up. Keep your team alive. I know it's not glorious and it doesn't sound all that fun, but more often than not, it helps your team. So we've got Swoosh back with this Dragon Strike here, or Dragon Strike rather. That should clear out the remainder of this bend. It is great here because there's not a lot of great places to retreat to. That is a Graviton right there. He's going to use that to cut in half the reinforcements so that there is no damage going on in there. So that is some decent Dragon Strike there. Nevix is having some okay Dragon Blades, but they have not been the 4-5 case. Dragon Blade is just much harder to hit as Swoosh continues to put the fear of God in this team as they must back out lest eat another arrow to the dome. His Hanzo play has been phenomenal. I can see why he's sticking on it here. Does drop into some of the Zarya shield there as she backs out. This next fight will take place around the next bend. Let's see if we can get eyes on Rib here as, yes, he He's got the Earth Shatter up. He's going to be trying to stop this team. That he did have a moment there where it was taken out. Logix does take out soon, though. That is a 4v6 right now. They would be better served to back out of there way too late. A defensive Earth Shatter, though, ends up helping. Nevix takes down 2 in this fight as the tanks are able to turn it back after that started off really rough. Can they clean up Swoosh? Can anyone clean up Swoosh? Swoosh takes down 3. There goes Nevix. Swoosh is just crushing it on his Hanzo. This is insanity. Alright, well, Swoosh has his dragon up again because that's what happens when you kill people all the time, constantly, with no repercussions. He does Dragon Strike there, some nice cleanup and zoning as his team tries to get back in. They do Sound Barrier to make sure they get this point. They are still moving it. So far, though, definitely a worse time for this team as 203 was left in the bank before the capture came out from the side of Misfits. Now, we haven't seen Nevix a whole lot this game, but he's got his Dragon Blade up. He's going to be looking to get in, try to get just some chip damage, keep eyes on the team, to keep them off of this high ground. You do not want the other team to be able to control this high ground, which is why you see this. Here comes the Graviton. Does Nevix bust out the Dragon Blade? Does not need to, as soon as on the ground, able to clean that up himself, but he is on the chase, takes down the supports. That should be all they wrote for this push from EndPoint, and they've only got a minute left to be able to do this. They have to get to this point, otherwise that is it. That's all she wrote, and they're going to have to try to bring it back on Lijiang being down in the series 2-0. So Nevix trying to get in this chip damage here. Do they have anything to initiate? Perhaps Zhao can get this Graviton in early and try to get it going, because he just needs a little bit more damage. That is their best hope right now. Can they nail a Graviton? The follow-up's not going to be there as far as ultimates go, but you don't need ultimates to follow up a Graviton. She can try to go blind around the corner, looking for the perfect move. Does pick up 3. Do they have the cleanup? They get Transcendent out of it again. Skipjack has Transcendence on cooldown the entire time. Genji trying to come in and clean this up. It is getting extremely brawly, but I think that might be all she wrote. No! Swoosh has other ideas as Swoosh goes unnoticed in the back lines, and Logic got in the back as well, so that is some insane late cleanup coming from EndPoint as they push this with 10 seconds left. They're going to have it in overtime, but they cannot lose another fight. That is it. They get pushed off this card. That's why Ayuki already comes up onto the Tracer. That is really going to hurt their support potential. However, as only the Lucio on support for the moment, a Sound Barrier comes down for the defense. The Sound Barrier is coming down. Everything comes down. Sound Barrier for the deep offense this time to keep them alive through that Sound Barrier. Can they clean up? No deaths just yet as this goes back and forth between both teams on the Sound Barrier. It is getting insane. Musashi takes down Rip. Q takes down Logic. Soon takes down It is back and forth, but Soon with the cleanup crew as he has done all game, bringing it back. Can Swoosh pull out a miracle? Can he actually bring this back? That is 1 kill, 2 kills, not enough. Too late, cleaned up. That is EndPoint going down 0-2 to Misfits, but they looked so much better on that map than they did on Dorado. We're going to see what they have for King of the Hill. Lijiang Tower will be our next map.
Play of the match.
No surprise here. Crew had a phenomenal game yet again.
Огонь по готовности!
Well, those cards kind of tell the story of the game. Swoosh with 25,000 damage done. He had a great game on Hanzo. Played both Shimadas pretty well. Almost brought it back at the ends for that Genji play as well. But just insane Hanzo play out of him. Really well. And it'd be interesting to see what he wants to play on King of the Hill. You would imagine that he plays Genji as just he's superior on King of the Hill. So as I mentioned, 204 Misfits as we enter into Lijiang Tower. I will take a moment to breathe. That was an intense game, and the room is now getting warmer and warmer. So I do need some cool air into my lungs. Lijiang Tower up next. As I mentioned, this is do or die for EndPoint. Entering game, we'll see if they can bring it back.
Now arriving at
It all starts with one stage, right? I mentioned in the map draft as well that if they win here, the next map is Temple of Anubis, and let's not count on anything when it comes to Temple of Anubis. That could go either way, either team, anytime, anywhere. You never know. Yes, it is a little more popular now, but it is still a little more, I don't know, variable? Volatile, however you want to call it. But if EndPoint can bring it back here, do not count them out of this series, because next map, as I mentioned, would be Anubis, and as we've seen, King of the Hill is kind of volatile as well. It's going to be really interesting to see if EndPoint does win a stage, which stage that is, and if the RNG gods do end up favoring them in that stage, if it is the roll after we go beyond 3. Alright, so here's what we have on this EndPoint team. It's going to be Blizz on Winston. Ayuki will play the Zenyatta. Logix on Tracer. Swoosh is on that Genji. As I mentioned, Genji's great on this point, better than Hanzo anyway if you're picking a Shimada. Zhao will be on the Zarya. Musashi on Lucio. So a pretty standard lineup. We see a mostly mirror match on the other side. However, they are not running a Genji. That's not Nevix on the Genji. It is going to be Nevix on the Reaper instead. That's the one difference between these two teams. See what the initiation looks like from Rib as he jumps in really early there, gets some nice damage done. Now he's just gonna take around this corner. A great Winston will always use these corners to his advantage, gets so much done there. The gold Tesla cannon firing those gold particles of electricity and death. A great conductor, as it were, as he continues on the chase. Rib with his Winston. You saw that corner play there. He's just waiting for them to come up. They were forced into that corner, and then just so much cleave damage from Rib. Now, Nets switch on to Crew. Let's see where he wants to go here. Get some nice chip in. Already at 100%. Pro Zarya's always getting above 80 at the very least. Logic come in, takes down Zebo though, as this fight continues to scatter about. Some nice initiation from Blizz. Wow, the 4 kill comes in from EndPoint out of nowhere. They are going to take down that Winston, and that should be it. They're going to flip it back over. Where did that fight come from this EndPoint team? Now, we'll see if Logix wants to save this pulse bomb or get in it early. He might be coming around the corner. It is early enough you can try to pop it onto a Zen. That's exactly what he does. Misses the stick, though, unfortunately. With the cleanup, he's going to have to back out, though. He's going to try to get back in. That's exactly what he wanted to do, just kind of force them back, force them through that doorway. But they do sound barrier. Can they get enough damage off of this? I did think I heard a Dragon Blade somewhere, but let's turn back to Crew as he almost has his Graviton up. He's at 100%, but he is not long for this world as Swoosh and Musashi combine to take him down. It has been all EndPoint since they retook that second point. He's out of the fight, but Swoosh continues to harass at this backline. Gets another kill. That is a 3rd kill there. They have not let them through this door, and right now it's going to be hard for them to break through, because let's go back to who I wanted to look at. This is going to be Zhao. He's got the Graviton up. How do they come in through here? There is a Graviton that comes in from Crew soon with the follow-up, though, on the Pulse Bomb. Takes them down in the end. Is Swoosh going to be able to bring this back for his team? It does not it, as everyone is dead on the ground. Soon continues to clean up. Where is Nevix? He might be going up for the Giant Blossom. That is exactly where he is. If you don't... Nevix is always just going to be above the team. That's where he wants to be, especially when he's got a Death Blossom. He's going to be waiting for the team to tell him that they are rolling in, and he's going to try to just get the bait. So they're not going to hold super far forward, I don't think. They're going to let them come in and then try to punish the entrance. Nevix looking for his ideal spot. He does not find it right away. Now he is in the hallway, takes down 2 before he is taken down himself by Zhao, but that should be enough as it ends up being 4v2, 5v2. That is it. It is only the Primal Rage Winston on the point. That will not be enough. Are they going to get the chase here from Soon? No. We'll see if Soon wants to take the same logic that... well, same tactics that Logic took anyway, because his Pulse Bomb is up. Can he get to the back line? This is a nice flank. They did not see him go over here. He is going to wait for his team to call out where his ideal targets are. Now they've seen him. Now he's got to get out. See what Swoosh can get done here too as he's on the chase. He's got Dragon Blade ready. He is looking for his poke to try to finish it out, but he gets taken down by that laced Pulse Bomb from Soon. What more does Soon have in him? Now he does not have the Pulse Bomb up, but he is not going to need it. He goes down in pretty quick order, but that should still be Misfits holding this fight as they are getting bullied out of this doorway by Crew.
Let's drop the beat.
That is a giant graviton. They are trying to transcend out of it, but they're going to be feeding everyone some damage as well. All of those ults should be charging back up for this Misfits team. A nice save, gets 100% back onto Crew, but all his team is dying around him. Soon, trying to bring him back, but his only Crew and Soon, likely only be Soon momentarily. Soon goes down as well. That is it. That is going to be the fight for EndPoint, but they have to hold this entire thing. This entire rest of the time, they have to not lose a fight because they are down to it. 99% for this Misfits team. We'll see if the denial can come in from Swoosh, most importantly from Zhao, as he does have his graviton. They're not holding far forward. They want to make sure that they're in as a team. They don't lose anyone up forward because, as I said, every fight is their last fight if they lose it. Here comes the graviton, a really nice one early on. They do get the follow-up from it as Zhao takes down a couple. Nevix with the late Death Blossom comes in. Soon still on the cleanup. Soon has been up on the cleanup all day. His Tracer has been a thing of beauty as he rolls around, takes down his opposing Tracer. Almost. Logix is solo. Logix is dancing, but that dance is not going to be for this world. The dance of death, as it were. 99%. That should be a nice closeout ult from Rib as he punches everyone away. That is first stage. Whew!
Score 1-0.
Alright, so this is EndPoint back against the wall. They need to start winning some stages or showing signs of life here. 2 stages left for Misfits to win out this map and win out this set. So nothing too confusing on either side. Nevix again staying on his Reaper, Swoosh on his Genji is the only difference between these teams as they prepare to roll out. Rib has been an all-star on his Winston so far today, and Winston's so important on this map. Alright, so Rib's going to look for the jump and then for the separation here as he gets into the backline. He does get in the backline, finds 2 supports back there. Are they going to get the safety net? Do they get any support? No, they don't. They also did not finish their dive there. Soon was in there with him, unable to get the kills right now. Logix was the one with all of the kills. Logix is going to be the one trying to get the cleanup on the other side. Ayuki takes down 2 in the process. Is Logix able to find anything? Does not seem to be anyone alive for him to kill. Alright, so this is a nice first attack, first hold from EndPoint, but Rib does come in this time, gets a lot of work done. We'll see where Nevix is at. He's going to be trying to chunk away at these tanks, which has been a problem so far for his team. He does get in. He's protected by the bubble, takes down the opposing Winston, going to chase down this Lucio, or try to. Lucio, hardest to chase, gets a shot that seemingly went through that window. Logix has an answer for him, but it is too late, as that is going to be Misfits taking back the first point. Now, where do they want to set up? Where are they going to try to engage? Swoosh does have his Dragon Blade ready. Do they have anything to pair it with? Not just yet, but it can do a lot just by itself. He's going to be part of the initiating factor here. Is he going to follow in his Winston? His Winston gets in and is getting out already. Skipjack trying to take him down pretty quickly. Blizz looking for the backline, though, as he is all over these supports, forcing out the Transcend. Blizz takes down Zebo as well. These Winstons have been unstoppable until they meet Reapers. Nevix is going to be trying to maybe get the cleanup, but that is ambitious, as there were 3 alive there and he was all alone. They flip this point back. It is a close stage. So Logix takes down Soon really early. That is nice for them to know that they don't have to deal with Soon. But Crew is on his ultimate. His ultimate is ready. The Crew gets in there. He's going to take down Blibs with the help of Nevix. He is on a pretty decent charge at 45%. His opposing Zarya is really weak, though, and discorded, so that is him getting a ton of work done. They have great positioning on this point, just trying to kind of poke out Logix, make sure that Logix is not there, and they flip it back yet again. Sorry guys, the score and overlay is incorrect. That is my bad. I do not have the time to fix it right now. Such are the perils of casting alone. So I will let you know that it is definitely endpoint down 0-2 to this Misfits team. I will change it as soon as possible. Nevix gets in there on to the Graviton, and that is cleaned up. This initiation, not the greatest. Is that jump actually going to work from Blizz? Or Rib, he gets in there and does not get punished for it.
My ultimate is charging.
Oh, let's break it! Damn! Excuse me.
So comes the fight next. There's a nice sound barrier to start it off. They want to take the fight to him as Rib continues to take the fight to him. 54 health, does get taken down by Swoosh there towards the end. Is soon looking for anything big on his Pulse Bomb. He is not. He is going to save it. The opposing Pulse Bomb from Logix did take out a couple there, but now they are forced into a strange position as they're going to have to jump in here. Sound barrier does come in. That is very nice for them. Can soon live through this. He Pulse Bombs just to soften up the Winston. He's not quite soft enough just yet as that comes through. He does end up finishing that kill. The Graviton, meanwhile, on the bridge was dealing with the remainder of that team. It is all up to Swoosh on the point. Can he get their crew? No. On the cleanup crew yet again. That is going to be stage 4 Misfits.
Score 2-0.
Where were we? Can't keep up?
Stay out of our way.
Okay, should be all set there, guys. I apologize for that overlay. I thought I had everything all figured out, but apparently I do not. A lot to learn yet, but thanks for sticking with me here. This is absolutely, possibly the last stage for... Absolutely, possibly, as I said it, the last stage for EndPoint, as they are down 2-0 in this best of 5 in sets, and they were down 2-0 in stages on this map as well. Rib has been killing it. There is no problem checking out what his initiation is going to do. Do they have the follow-up for it? They struggled a little bit last time with their initiation and their follow-up. Soon is already up there waiting for him to jump in. He eats Reaper right away. That is a super nice switch up from this team as they took Swish off of the Genji, and now he is on that Reaper. He punishes the jump in right away, takes down the remaining tanks. Super nice switch as Swoosh has been the all-star on this EndPoint team. Mosley is the most consistent DPS. So Swoosh is going to be hiding around the corner. We'll see if there's any switch-ups knowing that they're running into a Reaper. Crew is going to come out here, so they do get out relatively unscathed. The jump-in does come out from Blizz, but he pays his life for it. Winston's have been not long for this world against these Reaper-oriented teams. A couple nice kills come in from the Misfits as they try to clean it up, but it is now getting pretty brawly down there. A nice bubble is going to save Nevix there on his Reaper. Nevix continues to get a ton of shotgun work in as he just takes down Swoosh, his counter number there. So they flip it back. Does Misfits. He's going to have his ultimate up shortly, and that is going to be something that we're going to want to watch off of Nevix as well. Alright, so they do come in, they don't see him. He's going to be able to get this charge pretty easily. One big chunky shot does he need it. He takes down Swoosh yet again. It never feels good to die to someone playing the hero that you're playing, but Nevix takes a lot of damage. That pack is gone. Find someone else to heal you, but Zebo is there with not only the heals, but the kills. Logic's trying to get some work done in the backline as he was able to take down Skipjack. So one of the supports is down, but soon on the cleanup of their own support as well. This Winston not long for this world either, as that is Misfits continuing to clean up. Crew is going to be on front door duty as he can poke just for free. He's trying to bait out some damage actually so that he can charge it up. Now he does have a really nice charge on this Zarya. That Graviton could be something that we might see as great game ending. As soon as the Graviton comes in, is soon going to get in here. Gets in there with this Pulse Bomb. It is completely blocked off, but softened up is the entire team. Soon on the chase, takes everyone down. Your backline is not safe when Soon is alive, especially not on his Tracer. Oh my goodness, so it's going to be kind of rough. 71%, one good push left, maybe two for this team of EndPoint, or that is going to be the set, and they will be losing to the Misfits here. Swoosh with a nice angle is going to try to come in over top. Do they have anything to help them out to try to get this Death Blossom? They're waiting long enough that this is the last push. This is it. Logix takes down Skipjack. Really nice. Here comes the Death Blossom, softens all the remainder up, and that is Logix and Swoosh taking the game into their own hands. They have brought it back from the brink. They will take this point over. However, it's a quality sit down there, Swoosh. I gotcha. They sit down together, have a cup of tea. However, it is not time to tea party just yet, as there only needs to be one more fight from this team of Misfits. They do sound barrier to start it off, but this hunt down in the back lines, is he going to get the Zen? The Zen gets away momentarily. Still on the hunt as a nice pulse bomb comes in from the other side. Soon cannot do this by himself. That is a lot of kills coming in from EndPoint, but they're trying to scramble and clean this up. Meanwhile, Soon is still alive doing some work. Swoosh finally takes him down. Alright, so now on the other side, it is going to be Zhao with the try to hold the door down kind of rotation. As we saw, it was Crew the last time, but this Graviton is going to be hugely important. Can you keep them locked in the doorway? Can you make them not rotate? They are going to try to get out to right side. That's not where the two exactly want to be, though, unless they can get everyone else in there. Brawl is coming out on center point, though, as Rib takes down one. This is a fight of a mostly Graviton reunited team. The Graviton from Zhao hits absolutely no one. Nevix gets a couple kills with his Death Blossom. Most importantly, that Lucio in the backline, they're all hanging out in the Transcend. Is there enough? Nevix able to get away from that Pulse Bomb. The kills are all coming in from this Misfits team. That is 4-0. There is no one on the point to touch it for EndPoint. That should be it. Is there anyone here who can even come help out? Here comes the Zenyatta trying to get it. He gets taken out. That is Misfits taking this stage and series 3-0.
Play of the match.
Rib was doing a ton of work today. This is just one of those several, punching people off the cliff. His Winston was phenomenal. Some good Winston play throughout the day for the most part. That's why you saw Reapers having to come in to shut them down. Whew, Soon with another great game. 50 elims, 60% kill participation. Those numbers are always high on a Tracer, but wow. So our sets went kind of how we expected them today. Last time you have to see my ugly mug for today, as that is our last set. That is the stage. I'm pretty sure that's our last set. That's all anyone told me about anyway, so that is all I was prepared to do. If there's more, I'll come back and we'll do it, but I do not believe there is. Let me check our ticker, our GosuGamers.net ticker, just to make sure. Nope, next matches are in 21 hours. That is tomorrow. So, thanks everyone for joining me today. It was, you know, first day on cameras, first day on production and overlay. A couple overlay mistakes here and there, but you know what? Even production teams with like 5 or 6 people can screw up overlays here or there. I'm not overly concerned about it. Of course, I have been Hexagrams. I've been your host here today. Thanks for hanging out with me in chat. It was kind of lonely, but you guys all did pick up my spirit as well. If you want more from me, just check out @Hexagrams on Twitter. I generally tweet when I'm doing casting, if I know about it more in advance than I knew about this one, but did not tweet today. But you can check out my casting. We'll be doing GosuGamers weeklies this weekend. I'm not sure of the setup. I'm not sure if I'll have to do camera or production on that or not. Either way, definitely check that out. Of course, follow my buddy TempoZP at Tempo_ZP. I believe it is. Actually, there might not be an underscore in there. I don't know. You can search it on Twitter. At Twitter, he does a ton of work for this. Not with me here today, but that is it. To recap our results, it's reunited 3-0 over T-Rocks earlier, and that was Misfits 3-0 over over our friends EndPoint. So that's it for us today. I will be playing our Lenovo ad as we are in the Lenovo Cup here. Thank you to them for letting us cast these games. Some version of this should be back tomorrow. I don't know if I can do it or not, but we're going to try to cast as many games as possible. Make sure to follow the channel. This was the Lenovo Cup, brought to you by WePlayTV. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday. Follow the channel. You'll know we're here all the time. We'll see you soon.